It's Monday morning now and I'm going to the gym because I have my first meeting with my trainer. I'm so excited but also so scared. So yeah, pretty eventful Monday morning. I have class today at 1, so pretty much right after my workout I'm just gonna get ready and then we're going to school. But I'm really excited for this meeting. I really hope it's gonna be something good and positive for me and that he's gonna help me for the next couple of months. I guess we'll see. Okay guys, I'm back from the gym. I just showered and I'm gonna do a little bit of skincare while I tell you about my meeting. I'm actually so excited about this robe. I recently got it. It was one of my last birthday gifts. So I'm so grateful that I was able to get a little late birthday gift. It was a really nice treat this past month. But I love it. I've never had a robe and I've always wanted one because it's just like the most convenient thing, especially when you're living with someone. So this one is like just like the coziest, cutest one ever. Literally obsessed with it. And then another thing I wanted to show you guys is the products that I've been using. I recently ordered some stuff off of the K-Beauty website because I was finishing this one I'm almost out of, Anoxyl 10%. This is great for acne prone skin. And I was using this with the Rhode Pineapple cleanser that I also really like. The Rhode one was great because it was like this honey texture that felt like it could remove your makeup and also cleanse your skin because it did become a little bit foamy after. And then I would just use this one right afterwards to really clean my skin. I wanted to switch back to Korean skincare because I used to use the whole like Centella line by Skin 1004 and that was probably like the prime time for my skin. It was literally the best it's ever looked. So I wanted to go back to Korean skincare, but I wanted to try something new. And this, especially this cleanser, kept getting recommended for dry skin. I can attest that it is amazing. This is probably one of the best cleansers I've ever tried in my life. It's exactly how people describe it, and I didn't think that would be possible because people would say it's like it cleanses your skin, like your skin feels clean, but it does not feel stripped at all. And I did not know that was possible. This does it and it's amazing. Also doesn't have any like really intense smells, which unfortunately the Rhode, I feel like all Rhode products have really weird smells. And then I also had to get the cleansing oil so that I'm taking off my makeup well. This one's really nice. So yeah, I thought it would be great to have them as like a little duo. Basically what I've been using for my skincare. But anyways, I went to the gym and had like a normal little workout. And then I had my meeting at 10 a.m. with the coach. I was like really, I don't know if I would say scared or like intimidated, just because I've never worked with a professional when it comes to the gym. Like I've always just kind of winged it and like figured it out on my own. So this was a little bit outside of my comfort zone. I'm gonna do a little cryo gua sha. I do this every morning. Helps so much with puffiness and inflammation. Yeah, I was a little bit apprehensive, but he's a really nice guy. He asked me a bunch of questions about my fitness journey and what I want to accomplish in the future and why I'm looking to get a trainer and all that stuff. So yeah, we had a really nice talk about all of that. And by the end, I signed a 2-month contract with him. So I'm gonna be meeting with him for a workout session once a week for the next 2 months. And he's basically gonna guide me through like a different routine. And he's also introducing me to machines because I've never used machines at the gym before. They really like scare me. So I think even just for that, it's gonna be pretty useful to be working with him. But yeah, I'm overall really excited and looking forward to just doing something a little bit different and hopefully seeing positive results from it. I was telling him I really just want to be strong. Like I want to be able to do 5 push-ups and 1 pull-up and like a 2-minute plank maybe. And also just like be able to carry my groceries without feeling out of breath. That's always been my goal when I go to the gym, is just to like feel better in my body and get stronger to be able to live a long and healthy, sustainable life. And I think he got that pretty well. So, oh, I didn't even say I'm using the Road Glazing fluid or milk, Road Glazing milk, to do the gua sha. It's a really nice consistency. And then this is the barrier cream. I'm actually starting my training tomorrow. I have my first session with him at 12, which I never work out that late, so I'm anticipating that a little bit. And I'm also a little bit scared of just like being at the gym at midday and being with a coach. Like, I know it's so stupid, but I think I'll feel a little bit embarrassed. I just have to be like brutally honest. Like, I'm not the most comfortable with the idea of people looking at me working out with a coach, but it's like a positive thing, so it's stupid to think that. I don't think anyone will judge me for it, and if they do, they're like stupid. It's nothing to be ashamed about, but I still have like that dumb little voice in my head that's like, oh my god, embarrassing. But I'll get over it. I'll get over it because I don't care, and I'm also paying this guy, so I'm gonna be working out. Like, I'm not gonna miss out on these fucking sessions. But yeah, so I'll probably like update you tomorrow about how it goes and how I feel about it and if I learned something new or something. Welcome back to my room. I have a lot of stuff to update you guys on. The lighting is kind of coming and going. So if I remember correctly, the last thing I filmed, I was talking about my first meeting with my new trainer. Actually, the day right after that, I had my first actual training session, which was so much more intense than I thought it would be. Like, it really caught me off guard how difficult it was, and also just realizing that I didn't have as much like strength or endurance as I thought I did. And yeah, I basically just crashed out for the next couple of days because I was feeling soreness that I've never felt in my life. Like, my whole body was hurting all the time, like even when I was completely still. The really good thing is that he taught me how to use most of the machines at the gym. Now I'm following a 4-week program where I'm basically just doing a different workout every day. I didn't even say the date, but today's Monday, so I'm starting my second week of the workout program, and the first week was actually really great. I was scared that I wasn't gonna feel confident like going to the gym and into like these kind of scary rooms with all the big machines and stuff, but I actually felt pretty confident because I now know how to use them. And I also like to go to the gym really early in the morning, so there's not as many scary men. And yeah, it's been nice. I've definitely felt like working different parts of my bodies on different days is a lot more engaging than doing full body every day, because that's what I used to do. I did like a 30-minute full body workout every day just with like dumbbells, and now I'm targeting mostly like my upper body because I want to know how to do 5 push-ups and 1 pull-up. which is really hard. So I'm alternating between upper body days and lower body days, and I definitely do feel focusing on one part of my body each day helps me get a lot closer to muscle failure and to actually, you know, growing my muscles in a way. So I definitely do feel like that's a good thing. Hopefully I'll just get better and better each week and lifting even heavier stuff. But yeah, I'll let you know, I'll update you a little bit how I feel this week. This is also the first day of my 2-week holidays. This is my last vacations before the end of the year. It's kind of crazy how fast we got here to the end of the year. It just feels like the whole year flew by. I mean, it always low-key feels like that. But I'm really sad because this is the last year where I'm going to be in a class every day, spending time with my friends. As I think I explained last time, starting next year I'll be going into an apprenticeship, so I'll mostly be working in an office most of the week, and then I'll only have like 1 day of class, so I won't be able to see my friends as much. And also a lot of my friends are doing gap years and traveling abroad for a while, so it's just gonna be really different. So this honestly does feel like the end of an era, and it's really sad and nostalgic for me. So I'm trying to take advantage of the time that we do have left, which takes me to what we're doing today. I am hosting a dinner for my friends. My group of friends at school is pretty like diverse and like spread around in different classes, but my really close friends are in my class, and I've been wanting to host a dinner for them for the longest time, and it's just so hard to get guys to be organized and to actually show up. So I'm really crossing my fingers that everything will run smoothly for tonight. There are actually 3 boys, and we literally get along so well. It's just been like the most fun, easygoing relationships that I've had. And yeah, I'm just like so excited to host them. So I'm gonna be cooking actually for them tonight, obviously, which I'm really excited about. This was obviously part of like my new resolutions for the year, as I mentioned in the last video, which is create the occasion, host more stuff at home. So I'm very excited that I'm doing this. Oh, and I also did my nails yesterday, so this is another one of my resolutions I'm keeping. So I'm really on track with everything that I said last time. I haven't fallen off the wagon yet. Okay guys, I'm in the kitchen. I'm making lasagna for the first time on my own. I used to always make this with my mom. This is actually my mom's recipe, which is really exciting and special and a little bit nostalgic to be making on my own. But really I've kind of been making it with her because she's like constantly on FaceTime telling me what to do. But anyways, I actually prepped the sauce yesterday, and today I am gonna be just putting it all together. So it's been a long time since I've done like a recipe that I've needed multiple days to complete. It's been a lot. I feel like I haven't left the kitchen this weekend, but I'm very excited for the outcome of it. Like, I know it's gonna taste amazing, and I'm so excited for my friend's reaction. My dinner party was last night. It didn't really go exactly as planned. Actually, one of my friends couldn't come, which was a bummer, but we still had a really great time. My lasagna turned out great. It really tasted a lot like the one my mom makes, which was a personal achievement for me and made me honestly quite proud because I did spend like the whole weekend making it. So I was just happy that it turned out well, and also I know my friends really loved it. So yeah, that was fun. I mostly stayed in today. I've been working on my big project. I thought I would stay home and work all day, but I actually had some errands to run. I had to pick up some stuff for my mom, and I also had to go pick up my new journal because I recently finished my journal. This is my, I think it's one from 2022. Oh no, 2023 to 2025. So yeah, it's pretty It's pretty stacked up. I'd say I journal at least like once a week. I try to do that at least once a week, and then sometimes when there's a lot going on, I will definitely write a lot more. And yeah, it's just been like one of the most helpful tools that has helped me navigate my teenage and now adulthood years. I kind of started doing this like really seriously, I think when I was 12, and I haven't stopped since. I really do feel I owe a lot of my personal growth and mental stability to journaling, and it's also like the best record of my life. Actually, usually every time I finish a journal, I'll read it from front to end just to kind of grasp like how I grew in this period of my life. And it's usually pretty, yeah, surprising and also empowering. It also creates like, I feel like a certain bond with your younger self, because a lot of the times when we get older, we kind of not villainize them, but we kind of put them to the side, like, oh, I was so dumb as a teenager, or I was so sensitive or selfish or unstable or whatever. And when I can go back and read it through a very detailed point of view of like what I was living through and how I felt, I definitely feel a lot more empathy for different parts of myself. So yeah, overall I'd say it's like pretty therapeutic. But yeah, all that to say that I finished my journal, and I am waiting for a good moment to go through it front to back, because I usually like to write like an ending page where I kind of like summarize my feelings about, you know, this particular journal and where I started and where it brought me to. And then also something I've been doing the past few years is I've been taking pictures of like passages that are really close to my heart, or that I feel like I wrote something and explained it in a very precise and emotional way, and I post them on TikTok. And weirdly, these are like the TikToks that do really good. I think people really resonate with it, which is funny. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I feel like I will, but it's harder when you just finish the journal, because you feel like it's very close to your present timeline, and so it feels a lot harder to, you know, just put that out into the universe. But I never regret it. I feel like I never regret it because it's just me. Like, it's just my honest words and experiences, and everyone is human and can relate to it, and I'm not really ashamed for anything that I write in here. Honestly, that's probably one of the things that journaling has taught me, is to like never be ashamed of your feelings or the way you think, because it's so normal and it's so trivial, and everyone goes through shit and, you know, deals with it in such weird ways, but it's pretty universal, really. But yeah, that was a little bit of a tangent. Anyways, I got a new journal and I got red. I always go for these Moleskine soft cover notebooks in plain pages. I don't like anything like lines or dots on my pages. I really want it to be blank canvas, because sometimes I actually like to draw in my journals. I don't think I've done it in this one, but I usually do like to have the possibility to do that. And yeah, I got it in red this year. I don't know, I felt drawn to it. I think my last red journal that I lost, which was so sad, because honestly red is kind of my favorite color. I'm so excited to start this. I already have so much to say, so much to debrief, and it's always exciting, you know, starting a new journal feels like you're starting a new era, especially because I kind of document my life into these pockets of time. So this is like a new pocket of time, and I'm like, oh my god, what will happen? Like, so many possibilities. And I also started a new journal for school, because I have a kind of a creative journal. I've showed you guys this before, basically where I like sketch and write down all my ideas for all my projects. And I finished it this year. I thought it was gonna take so much time, but clearly I had a lot to do on this. So yeah, this used to be my old life-saving combo, and now I'm switching to this. This one, the only thing about this is that it's lined, but I didn't have anything else, and I'm just gonna use it, and if it's really bugging me, I'll get a different one when I'm done. But this one my mom got me from Amsterdam. It's tulips, and I feel like it goes really cute with this, so I love it. Anyways, that was the update. park right after the gym, and it's always empty. Like literally no one uses the park in the morning, and it's so beautiful and so peaceful. And I just do a couple rounds, get my steps in, and breathe fresh air. That is so rare in a big city, but I feel so lucky. This park is so fun because it has a little mountain in the middle of it that you can climb up on, and then you have a really nice view of the city. Obviously we're kind of in the suburbs, so it's not really gonna look a lot like Paris, but it's definitely a nice little detail. And if I'm here early enough, I like to climb it. Later in the day there's just like a lot of bugs and stuff, but right now it just like has a really strong fresh smell of flowers, so it's nice. Okay, so I just got out of the shower. I'm about to do my makeup in a little bit, but I just wanted to show you what I'm thinking of wearing today, because I think at the beginning of this vlog I showed a little clips of the day I had last weekend when my cousins were in town and we went out for the day, and I actually had signed up for a little vintage pop-up event that was hosted by Reformation and this vintage collective called Imparfaite in Paris. And so they basically collabed and did this really beautiful pop-up where there were clothes from the Reformation brand and also from their Reformation vintage selection, and then there were a lot of different French vintage sellers, and I found some really cute stuff. I didn't have like a really specific idea in mind of what I was looking for, what I wanted to find, and I think that's sometimes better when you're shopping vintage because you can get really surprised by certain pieces. And I also discovered so many great vintage sellers here in Paris that also have stores. I definitely think I'm gonna pop into those. The two tops that I got are actually from the same seller. She was literally the sweetest girl, and everything that I tried on mostly was from her booth or like her selection, and the prices were really reasonable. I mean, it depended what you were looking at. There were definitely a lot of designer vintage goods as well, but I'd say like more towards the center and this particular seller that I'm talking about, really reasonable prices. But I got two pretty summery tops. This one was actually like love at first sight, and I've like wanted to wear tops like this forever. I just love them. I think they're so beautiful and delicate and feminine, but also so cool girl, you know? And this fit me literally perfectly, and also this color I think suits me really well. I was just like very appreciative that it was in perfect condition. So I've worn this already and I've gotten so many compliments. It's insane. And then this one, I wasn't sure if it was gonna be my style because it did feel a little too 2000s, or maybe no, this is more like 90s, maybe. I actually don't really know. It felt a little bit too funky at first, and then I tried it on and the fit was just perfect that I couldn't pass it up. Like, it just fit me in all the right places, and it's just like a very beautiful feminine top. It looks like this. But yeah, so I wasn't sure about this piece. I asked my sister and my mom when I was at the pop-up, and they both said it was really beautiful. I think the key to styling like really feminine blouses like this is to dress it down with a jean or just like a more masculine bottom, because if I were to wear this with a skirt, I would look like a mom in the 90s personally, and that's not the look I'm going for. But I love it. It's actually really so beautiful. So I really want to wear this today because I think it's gonna be quite sunny today, and I'm meeting my friend. We're having lunch at this Japanese cafe called Benchi, and they're really famous in Paris for their Japanese sandwiches. I'm not really sure what the specific name of them are, but they're like egg sandwiches, and then they also have sweet version with like strawberries and cream. And we've actually gone there once before because we wanted to try the sandwiches, but I think that day they didn't sell them, so we're going again, trying second time, and hopefully they'll be selling the sandwiches today and we're gonna have a great time. It's also really small, so I'm hoping we'll have a place to sit, but if not, we'll just find somewhere else. But yeah, so that's what I'm getting ready for, and I'll show you what I end up wearing at the end. Okay, I'm about to leave, but this is basically the outfit that I put together. I just have this little brown cardigan if I get cold. This is my trusty brown leather jacket, brown bag. These jeans I thrifted with you guys in the Netherlands, and then my little Adidas. But yeah, it's actually pretty sunny out. I wasn't sure because it looked like it was gonna be cloudy on the weather app, but actually the sun's out, so I think it's gonna be a perfect day to go on a little cafe date. From my little outing. The Japanese cafe was so nice. We honestly chose the perfect day to go because it was sunny and we got literally the perfect seats, which are right at the bar outside. So we were like basking in the sun while we were having lunch, which was like so blissful. And the sandwiches were really good. I got the egg mayo one, and then Med got pastrami, and we actually shared them. Like I ate 1/2 of the egg and 1/2 of the pastrami, and both were so delicious. I also had a matcha that I didn't really love. It was actually kind of sweet. And then we shared a matcha cake, which was so delicious. I've always been kind of on the fence of like matcha pastries because I like the drink so much. But then I think once I tasted like a matcha cookie and I was just a little bit disappointed, but this was actually so good. Like it had the very perfect flavor of matcha, but also like the sweetness of the cake, and together it was just a dream. So happy we got to try that, especially after wanting to go for so long. And honestly, it's great for like a quick lunch date. I should just send me the picture. I only videoed, but I wanted to send my mom. Anyways, I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about the book that I just finished because I think it's been such a long time since I've loved a book this much. This is Outline by Rachel Cusk. I originally heard of it from Ava Maloche, and she obviously has like really great book recommendations because she's such like an avid reader, and I was so curious because this is like a very different style of writing book, if that makes any sense, but it was surprisingly like really easy to get into. Basically in this book, the main character, or like the narrator, kind of takes a step back from the story. This is like one of those books that doesn't really have a plot. I mean, the plot is that she goes to Athens for a book convention, or for a writer's convention. Yeah, she goes to Athens to teach a writing course. And basically on her trip there, and when she's there, she meets a lot of different people and basically has a lot of very different conversations. That's actually like the first line of the little blurb. It says, Outline is a novel in 10 conversations. It's just, I think it's even more than conversations. A lot of times it's just like monologues of people's lives and experiences, and most of them, if not all, are related to women. And it's just like done in such a amazing way that you take away so many, like, not philosophy, but you take away so many different points of views about very universal situations and experiences. I love these types of books because they're the type of books that can spark conversation. Obviously the different characters are going through kind of fictitious stuff, but their way of thinking is very clearly entrapped in their words, so you get a lot of philosophical nuggets throughout the story. And I have never underlined a book so much. One that I really love, this is probably like my favorite quote of the book, is love restores almost everything, and where it can't restore, it takes away the pain. And this is like one of the main people that the narrator has a conversation with throughout the book, and it's so interesting to see like his point of view of his life. And then she also like comes back into the story to give her own point of view of what the other person is telling her, which is a lot of the times so interesting. But yeah, overall this type of book, I've actually read other types of books that are a little bit similar in terms of what they represent. To me, these books are basically the writer really wanting to talk about different important social subjects and then deciding to do it in a very sleek way through a fictional story in a book. And I felt that way about Beautiful People, Sally Rooney's book, Beautiful World, Where Are You? Yeah, I felt like that book was also really similar. Like there was obviously a plot line about like, I think it was friendship, but then there were also just like inside the book a lot of discussions about social subjects that were really interesting. It kind of feels like little essays that are dropped into the book from the point of view of different characters, if that makes any sense. And what I am such a geek about is when a title is hidden, like the meaning of the title of the book is hidden in the story. And in this book, you only find out like literally on the last 3 pages why it's called Outline. And it's just so genius. Like it literally feels like oh my god, I get it now. And I don't know, I'm obsessed. I love this. I want to read the whole series. There's 2 other books in this series, Kudos and Transit. So maybe when I come back from the Netherlands, I'll go pick them up because I really, really love this. Okay.